Hi, I'm Danny Silk. This is Sheri Silk, and we are going to just keep covering these topics that are so important in this time right now. And I think we just covered culture of honor and
Yes.
how important that is, what that looks like. We're going to keep rolling with this, and hopefully it provides some ammunition for you to manage yourself in a time that feels so chaotic.
It does feel chaotic, and there's a lot of people with very different opinions about a whole bunch of stuff, and they are responding to each other, and there's just, and as you search and look for things, you're reinforcing what you believe already. You're often reminded daily by your phone that this is what you believe and that's what those people believe over there, and,
Totally.
and let's get farther and farther and farther apart, and the gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so this whole idea of the culture of honor, we just to make reference to our last conversation, it does not mean a culture of harmony. It means there's two powerful people in a conversation. You and I never disagree.
See?
We always get along. It's just perfect harmony at our house all the time.
We almost said it at the same time.
Not true.
Harmony.
And so it's all over the place. You could have people in your house that completely disagree with you right now. You could have your neighbor. You can have your boss. We have disagreement in our country right now, and everybody's watching. It's all on display. It's all on display all over the media, and so. In that, how do we respond as people, as humans, as Christians, as people that love mercy and are listening to the Holy Spirit telling us how to interact with people? So we talk about culture of honor not being a culture of harmony. So what do we do with ourselves? I disagree with you. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of disrespect going on, and I know I'm supposed to love you no matter what, but how do I talk to you when you're so disrespectful? And how do I not return that to you because I'm so frustrated?
I think a couple of things. One would be that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood.
Yeah.
So this is a setup. We're being suckered into thinking that the problem that I have is with a human.
It's you.
The problem that I have is with an ideal. I'm fighting an ideal that's wrong. And so I'm at war with I don't even know what. I'm just angry and I'm upset, and there's no one actually to point it at. So I just stay angry.
Yeah.
And this is the seductive nature of deception, is that we don't know we're being deceived. As a matter of fact, we think we're right. We think we're righteously angry and punishing towards other human beings. And that means, you have been deceived and you are now being fueled by fear. Yeah. Your counselor is fear. And so you are becoming a partner with the destroyer. Yeah. And you are partner with the divider. And you're partner with the accuser. So that's, step one, realize that you need to purposefully access the counselor of love. The Holy Spirit is your counselor, and this is a person you're talking to, not a thing, not an ideal, not an enemy. They're a person, and they have questions, they have dreams, they have fears, they have wisdom, they have value, they have all kinds of, they have children, they have spouse, they have blood, they have all kinds of stuff that makes them a person. Talk to the person, deal with people. And if we can stay in that mode, then I can actually listen to the Spirit of love and communicate like I'm talking to a human being. Right. And not just at war with everybody.
Yeah, there's the whole idea of boundaries in there. Of course, what you're saying is I'm talking to another human, I'm being respectful and bringing my honor with me, but also if they're unable to communicate back with the same level of respect, then there is the whole I can walk away from
I'd
something.
be glad to have this conversation when you brought some respect with you.
Right. So I just wanted to throw that in there because a lot of people think, oh, that means I just have to stay in this dysfunctional, crazy, violent conversation. You do not have to do that. But you touched on, a second ago, you mentioned anger, and you teach, and it's been part of our resources to communicate to people about the idea of anger being fake power.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me feel powerful, although it's not really the best tool to be bringing. And I remember when we were first married, even, I could do a whole series, maybe someday I will, on anger and what it is and how destructive it is. But the whole idea of, I am scared. The idea that being mad, being angry was a secondary emotion, I was like, what? No, you made me mad. That's the truth right there. Just own up to it. I'm mad because you made me mad. And when I went through all kinds of series of learning and going through different group studies and learning about myself, I had to change the idea that I'm in charge. And there's something going on behind, we'll talk about our history and growing up later, but my survival skills came and manifested in anger. And so there's a lot of that. It just feels like people are just angry and out of control and violent, or maybe they're home seething, maybe they're not talking about it. But share a little bit about why it's a secondary emotion and the tool of anger and how people can use it or not use it.
I think that anger is an emotion. It is. It literally is. I need anger sometimes to motivate myself, but it really is the expression of something underneath. It's, I feel powerless, because I've been hurt, or I'm scared. I feel out of control. So there's a lot of that going on where people feel out of control. I don't know what's going to happen, or something's happening that I don't want to happen, and I don't know how to stop it.
Right.
So I just get angry with you person. You posted what you posted, and I'm going to change the world, but you said no one ever. Oh, I totally changed my political beliefs, my religious beliefs, my core beliefs because I got a Facebook post from this person who was upset. Never happened in the history of the world, but that is how we behave. Like, I'm actually going to accomplish something by judging your skin off or by jumping to a conclusion. It's like not helpful.
Yeah.
Not helpful. So if I get scared or I get hurt, it is common to reach in the anger bucket, rub anger all over my head, and then act like I am the king of the world, or at least the chihuahua that's got you backing up a little bit before you realize, oh, I'm a chihuahua.
So it's really smart for someone to, instead of being shocked that someone disagrees with them or that someone's disrespectful or there's all this craziness going on, maybe change their expectations of, you're going to run into disrespectful people.
Yeah.
Like, don't be shocked. Like, have a plan. Like, okay, I'm going to be responding. I'm going to have these feelings toward what's happening, whether it's my family or in the world. I have to realize there's no relationships without some form of disrespect happening at some point, some dishonor, some disagreement. So don't be shocked, and just be ready to have your culture of honor and your respect level and all that. You're the one responsible to bring that to every conversation and talking with every human. So that's the responsibility piece, and we'll talk a little bit more about that next time.